Hello, I'm Tyrell Dawes from the NAS Northwest region here in Olympia, Washington. Today I'm going to take you through Section K, which will cover personal characteristics and foreign management. The purpose of this section is to answer the question of who are the farmers. The ORMS 3 survey is the only data source that can tie farm household information with the farm's economic well-being. So in Section K, you will gather information on age, gender, education, ethnicity, race, major occupation, and other characteristics of the individuals involved in the farming operation. Also keep in mind, sometimes respondents are reluctant to answer the questions in Section K because they do not see why this is important. But as an enumerator, you need to be ready to answer this question. The data collected here is important in determining if farm operators need to work off of the farm and how many hours of farm operators need to work to meet household expenses. ORMS 3 is the only source that can tie household demographics with farm economic well-being. The first part of Section K collects the basic demographic data on the operation's four main operators. If more than four individuals are involved with decision-making, identify and collect information on the four most senior operators. Also, spouses are included if they help on the farm or are responsible just for keeping the operations record books. We do not consider veterinarians, bankers, and accountants as operators, even though they might consult in the decision making. So if you see here, question 3 identifies which of the operators is the principal producer. The principal producer is the individual that is most responsible for the decision making on the operation. So after the principal operator has been identified, you will then need to determine if he or she had a spouse. If the principal operators list the spouse as a decision maker in question 2, then of course you can skip questions 6 through 10 in this section. And the ERS, which is the Economic Research Service, produces estimates of farm household income from the principal operator's household. You will see in the second half of Section K, questions deal with farm management. The goal here of this section is to gather information on the time and labor used in agriculture, as well as the time spent working off the farm by producers. So what we're asking here, we are asking the amount of time and the types of labor used on the operation. We then want to determine how much time individuals are involved working on the farm, as well as how much time in the principal producer's household worked off of the farm. So the amount of time spent on labor is important here in determining the true cost of agricultural production. So questions answered in this section include how much time producers spend working on and off the farm, and the types of workers different types of farms depend on. And so in this section, it also determines why farm operators work off the farm and where they work. The following slides here illustrate how the ERS summarizes some of the data collected in Section K. The first table, using data from 2020 ORMS 3, shows amongst all family farms, which is 54% of households reported a negative income for farming, which is over nearly half. Operators of small farms often report losses for farming. Farm operators use off-farm income to cover farm expenses and fund farm operations as well. Self-employment and wage salary jobs are the main sources of off-farm income for farm households, public and private pensions, interest and dividend payments, asset sales, Social Security payments, and other sources of income that provide a significant share of off-farm income, particularly for retirement farms. Here, our second table shows us that using the 2020 ORMS 3 data, the ERS determined that of the family farms reporting off-farm occupation, 2.6% of the farm household had lowered wealth compared to the median U.S. household. Wealth is the value of the operation's assets minus the operation's debt. So please keep that in mind. Other interesting results collected previously from ORMS 3 Over 11% of all farm households had at least one household member that lost an off-farm job due to COVID-19 pandemic during 2020. Again, this year, there are COVID-19 questions in Section K that we will answer as well. We want to determine if the COVID-19 affected the principal operator's household off-farm employment by either jobless or furlough. You will ask if the household filed for unemployment and the amount of unemployment assistance that they received. Excuse me. So thank you for watching this section on personal characteristics and farm management. If you have any specific questions, please consult your interviewer's manual or as instructed by your RFO. Thank you.